What's up, YouTube? Guess what? I'm back. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, I don't even know who you are. I don't even recognize you. And you know what? That's fair because it's been quite some time since I last posted a video. I'm going to say five, no, not five, six. It's been roughly about 6 weeks since I posted my last, maybe six, maybe even 7 weeks since I posted my last video. And the reason for that is I was ill. I was seriously ill. I was dealing with bronchitis the first week. I also had a stomach bug of some sort. And while I was trying to recover from both of those things, the second week, towards the end of the second week, my wife had to rush me to the hospital because I had trouble breathing. And once I got there, they told me that I had blood clots. And they decided to admit me right then and there because it was serious. I mean, if you know anything about blood clots, have heard anything about blood clots, you know how serious they can be. They can be fatal, So I ended up being admitted into the hospital, stayed there a week. And once I got out, it took maybe 2 to 3 weeks for a full recovery from that, before I could get up and start doing anything. So I'm back up and I'm mobile now because I was flat on my back for the longest. And I tell you, with blood clots, my blood clots were located in my lungs. A lot of people experience blood clots, in different parts of their body. But because mine was located in my lungs, it presented itself in the form of a cough, okay, while it was limiting my air supply. So I'm dealing with the coughing from the blood clots and also with the coughing from the bronchitis. And it was, between the two, the coughing was just violent. It was so severe that I'm currently, here I am 6, 7 weeks later, and even though I'm back up and mobile and everything, my back is still hurting from all the coughing that took place. So I'm still in recovery mode, but I'm up and mobile and able to do things for myself and things like that. But you know what? That's not what this video is about. And I promise I will do a more in-depth video, which involves, the timeline and all the things that I dealt with from week one all the way up until my recovery as far as my illness. But this video is for me to get my feet wet, meaning to get back into the flow of doing videos and doing what I do best, which is sports videos. Okay, so that's what this is going to be about. But I will do an in-depth video about my illness probably before the week is out. But this video here is going to be sports related. And I tell you, what better time to come up with a video than now on the heels of what just took place this past weekend, which is, I know that the NBA playoffs kicked off this weekend and everything, but there was one story that was a lot more popular than any other thing that took place this past weekend or the past week in general. And that was the return of Tiger Woods. Okay, and it's got a lot of people excited, and rightfully so, whether you're a fan of Tigers or not, you have to be happy for the guy. I mean, considering who he is and what he's done for the sport. And I'll admit, I thought that he was done, with everything that he had gone through, in recent years. I thought he was done, and, I figured he would retire. And, it wouldn't be an awful thing, considering everything that he had accomplished. He had given us, great memories, great entertainment for 20 plus years. So, if we lost him, to just old age and him having a series of injuries, we would all understand and say, bravo, thank you for the good times, Tiger. But as far as chasing, Jack Nicklaus, it would have been over. That dream would have been over. But you know what? Yesterday, he proved a lot of us wrong, a lot of us wrong. Not everybody, because, he still has some believers out there that thought that with him coming back, even after the back injury stuff, that he could still, get it done and win, some major events. And yesterday, he proved those folks right and a lot of us wrong. And I say us because I was one of those who didn't believe that he could get it done, but that's why you can't listen to, all the people around you, the naysayers, the negativity, the people who are telling you that you can't do something. Because let's be honest, if all of us, and I'm talking to you guys out there who are, watching the video right now, if we had listened to people who told us that we couldn't do something that we were passionate about, something that, that we were really thrilled and really involved and interested in going after, if we listen to people that told us, you know what, you can't do that, don't worry about doing it, that's too much for you, it's too much on your plate, don't worry about doing it, where would you be? Where would we be right now? Where would we be if we listened to all the naysayers? And so Tiger just reaffirmed, what you can do when you believe in yourself. Okay, because I'm sure he put in a lot of work behind the scenes that people, were not privy to. That they weren't around, doing all the practices that he had on the golf courses, probably every weekend or every 3 or 4 days, or, however often him and his caddy got out there and arranged practice time, whatever it was, however often it was, it paid off. It paid off. You don't win big events like the Masters or any event in any sport, without putting in hard work, hard labor. It just doesn't happen that way. It doesn't. So Tiger has, he's proven to us, what hard work and dedication and being able to tune out, all the people out there, the so-called experts, who want to tell you what you should do, as opposed to allowing you to do what you want to do. All right. This is a guy who, he's been around since 96. So that's 23 years. The guy has been around in this sport for 23 years. And, it's kind of heartbreaking for me when he first started going downhill, his career started to take a tumble. Because this guy, he came into the sport winning. He kicked the door in and he just never stopped. He became an instant star. This guy was not just a superstar here in the United States. He was a major star globally, all across the world. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know if you guys, recall some of the old Nike commercials, where he's like 8, 9 years old, maybe at the most, standing there with a golf club in his hand, next to his father, talking about, playing golf someday. So this guy, Tiger, Mr. Eldrick Woods, he was bred for this, he was bred for this moment. He was bred to be a winner. The guy is a winner. Even if he doesn't catch Jack Nicklaus right now, the guy's a winner. He's proven that. He has, 80, I think he's second all time in wins, in PGA wins, behind, not Jack. No, Jack is not the all-time leader. I think it's Sam Snead. Sam Snead is the all-time winner, and Tiger's only one off of him. Tiger has 81 and Sam has 82. I think 82 is the record and Sam has it. So he's going to get that. You know, a lot of people believe it. I believe it now since Tiger's come back, you know, and won this and won the Masters, you know, yesterday. He proved to me that he's ready to rekindle that chase to run down Jack Nicklaus, you know, for, you know, the Masters. Because he's not only is he one win behind Sam Snead for all-time wins, but he's one win away from catching Jack as far as Masters goes, and three wins away from what is it? I forget what it is. I think I have some notes. I can't remember, but yeah, he's one off of Jack's Masters record. I know, and he's one off of Sam Snead's all-time record. But this is a guy who he's been around for a long time, you know, and like I said, when he first got became a PGA professional, he was I think the Rookie of the Year or Player of the Year or something like that, and then I think the following year, in '97, in '97 he won his first Masters, and I think he was a Player of the Year. Okay, so you know that's the type of the guy we're talking about here. You know, a guy who, you know, who was bred for the moment. You understand? So, you know, that's why I think a lot of people, even though he went through everything he went through, you know, the infidelity, divorce thing, you know, with his wife, and, you know, personal issue, and then the back surgeries. He had no, it was four, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, you know, I'm pretty sure somebody out there correct me, but he had 4 back surgeries, and the most recent one was like was it 2017? I think that was his most recent back surgery, and he ended up with a spinal fusion. Okay, behind that. So, I mean, think about that. Let's talk about that for a second. All right, we're talking about golf. Okay, golf, a game that is played, you know, with you swinging a club. Okay, your legs are stable, you know, they're stationary, and you're generating your power pretty much from your power is, they say, is generated from your hips and maybe your upper thighs, but that swing is, you know, that follow through is everything. It means everything, you know, to landing a shot and, you know, putting the right amount of power, you know, behind your swing to get it, you know, as far up the green as possible, you know, especially, you know, when you're teeing off. That's what we're talking about here. So it is, you know, the best way, let's see if I could describe it like this. Your back is as important to you in golf as a quarterback's arm is in the NFL, in football. Okay, if your arm is no good, then you can't be as accurate as you want to be or throw the ball as far as you need to be. So again, having back surgery, a spinal fusion, it limits the mobility in the swing, you know. So when I excuse me, when I saw that when I saw that he had that surgery, I was like, I don't see how he could, you know, catch Jack Nicklaus because he still has, I think Jack has 18 majors right now. And with Tiger winning the Masters yesterday, that puts him at 15. So, Tiger still has, to get 3 more. But I'm going to tell you how special this whole thing is because with all the things that Tiger has been through, him taking time off from golf and everything, the fact that he was able to come back and win a major, gives a lot of us hope. And I'm sure it gives him hope that even with the time off, he still can come back and catch Jack if he continues to play as well as he's playing right now. Okay? Man, this whole Jack and Tiger thing has been, they've been talking about this forever, and it's due to how good Tiger was in the very beginning. Because like I said, once he won the Masters in his second year, so, and things just really escalated since there. And, probably 5-6 years into his career, they were already talking about him potentially catching Jack, And here we are 23 years into his career, and it's still a possibility, it's back on again, where we thought he was going to walk away. After his surgery, he actually said that I'm not even thinking about golf. I'm just thinking about being able to walk again, and enjoy time with my family. This guy was about to walk away from golf, and like I said, nobody could blame him. He had accomplished enough. He had nothing to prove to any of us. We had all seen enough. We had all seen enough, man. So, this guy he's overcome a lot. He's overcome a lot. The passing of his father, back in I think it was '06. And speaking of that, even though he lost his father in '06, I think he won the Open Championship in 2006 and was named player. I think he was player of the year that same year, if I'm not mistaken. So, losing his father and, the injuries and the personal issues. And I think he has some issues after the with all the back surgeries that he had. He started taking pain medicine. I think he had gotten addicted to it at some point as well. I think they found him. I think there was an issue with they found him in Florida on the side of the road with I think they called it some recreational cocktail drugs in his system or something like that. So the guy was really going through it. And you have to be, you have to be a strong individual, to bounce back from a lot of the stuff that he did. And I'm going to tell you, not only that, you have to have a strong support system as well. And that probably speaks volumes to the people that he surrounded himself with now, as opposed to some of the folks that he had in his life back then, when he was going through some, some weird stuff or what have you. Even his caddy, which he, he only had for the past, this caddy I think he's only been around 2 years with Tiger, but Tiger loves him. He loves him a lot, and I think the family loves him as well, man. I hear a lot of people in the golf, some of the golf announcers or people that's in the golf community speak highly about Tiger's caddy. So that just, like I said, that just speaks volumes to, who Tiger is now, to surround himself with a very strong support system, because honestly, I don't think he could have won and bounced back to this extent without having people around him that truly, truly care about him as a person first. and putting that ahead of golf. I mean, we understand that golf is who Tiger has been, for the longest. But when he was in his low points, when he was at the lowest point of his life, because let's be honest, Tiger hit rock bottom, But during those moments, you find out who your loved ones really are and who your friends are. And if he did not have the people around him that he does now, I don't think he plays golf again, not to this extent. Because 2 years ago, believe it or not, this guy, Tiger Woods, the guy who was a global icon, Tiger Woods, that Tiger Woods, the Tiger Woods that was winning left and right, back to back. He was ranked as the #1 golfer in the world. Okay, that Tiger Woods, just 2 years ago, he was ranked 780th in the world. That's something I found out recently. I was like, he was ranked that low? Man, it just seems like everything was taking a tumble. I mean, he took a tumble and he went low, low in his personal life and low in the golfing world as well, But yesterday was just it was an unbelievable moment to see him smile and, give that excited, gesture, after, like he normally does, after winning an event, and then to see the support he got from fellow golfers, that's something that, I hadn't really seen, I don't watch a ton of golf, I mean, not like I was watching back when Tiger was playing regular, but some of the events that I've watched, I've never seen that many fellow golfers congratulate anybody on winning an event, especially when they were playing in the event, because that means that he won over them, So to see the support from the entire golf community, from the players and the folks in the gallery, the true Tiger fans that never went anywhere, to even the folks who the announcers and just to see that there are people out there that still love Tiger, though some people don't agree with, they still have issues about some of the things that was going on in his personal life back in the day. I think everybody, including some of those folks, are glad to see that Tiger is back, back on top like he used to be. Now, the question that a lot of folks are probably having right now is, okay, with him winning the Masters yesterday, does it mean that Tiger is back in a space where he's prepared to compete with these younger guys, for the next, I don't know how many years or whatever, long enough to at least chase, to at least catch Jack and possibly pass him? Or, was this just a one-time deal? Because let's be honest, Tiger's 43 now. And he's, like I mentioned, he's had 4 surgeries. He's has a spinal fusion, so he's got that limited mobility. And at the age of 43, back surgery. And I'm going to tell you, like somebody told me a long time ago, talking to an older guy, I'm trying to remember who that was. It was my best friend's father, because he played golf religiously, but he had back issues. And he told me once himself, he said, once you hurt your back, it's never, ever the same. And I think I had a guy, my supervisor that I worked with too, who told me the same thing when I used to work at a hospital. I used to work at the VA Medical Center. He was my supervisor there. He had some back issues. He told me the same thing. He's like, when you hurt your back, it's never the same. So I said all that to say, with Tiger, his 4 surgeries, being 43 now, does he have enough left in the tank to catch Jack Nicklaus? Or did he give us everything he had on yesterday or this weekend just to win this one major? That's my big question right now. You know, I like I said, I didn't think I would ever see him win, another major. So I was excited, to see that he proved me wrong. He proved me wrong because I am a Tiger Woods fan. I mean, he was the reason I got into golf, what I did, although I don't play now like I used to, and I plan on getting back out there sometime. Right now, I'm just, going to places like Top Golf and just whacking the ball, but I need to get back out there, on the driving range and, get that swing back or whatever. I was never a great golfer, but, I enjoyed it. But anyway, glad to see Tiger, win the Masters on yesterday, but I wonder if he gave us everything he had this past weekend, and I just wonder if he has enough left, at the age of 43 to catch Jack. Like I said, he's still 3 behind Jack as far as majors go, and 1 behind him as far as green jackets with the Masters. So he's one behind Jack in the Masters and 3 behind him in overall major wins. So the question is, can he catch him? Can he catch him? Does he have enough left? I hope he does. I mean, I'm inspired just by what I saw this past weekend. I'm hoping and praying he does, because it'd be great, for folks of our generation to see, a new person, at the top of that hill. Although a lot of people think that Tiger's the greatest golfer now, as it stands right now, even though he doesn't have those 2 titles right now. But I just wonder, I wonder if he has it. I hope he does. It'll be great to see. It'll really be great to see. And I'm gonna tell you, Jack and Tiger, they seem to have been linked together, at the hip for quite some time. Like I told you, when Tiger first came into the league, 4, 5, 6 years in, people were already talking about, could he be the person to chase down Jack, and get the new title, as far as wins and stuff like that in the different categories. And hold on. Yeah, and I mean, we know about, like I said, about the majors, him being 3 behind him in the majors and 1 behind him in the Masters for the green jacket. But there's some other reasons that they were actually linked together, and I wrote them down. Tiger is the oldest master, in addition to everything else, Tiger is the oldest Masters winner since Jack last won the Masters back in '86. Okay, so they're linked together right there. And also, Tiger and Jack are the only players in history to win professional majors 20 years apart. Okay, and plus the only players in history to win the Masters in 3 different decades. Okay, so these guys have been linked together, for a while now. But there's some other things, like I just mentioned, with them being kind of 1 and 2, as far as things that they've accomplished. So kudos to Tiger for proving everybody wrong and coming back and providing a little bit more excitement, to the game of golf. Because let's be honest, when Tiger's playing, all eyes are on him, and there's more money involved, and when he's not playing, I mean, sponsorship goes down, viewership goes down. It's not as much money, going on as far as sponsors and things like that. I heard an interesting number thrown out this morning. I was watching one of those shows, and they mentioned that I think they said before Tiger, what was it? And I hope I have this right. I think I do. The year before Tiger started playing, they said the overall winnings of, I guess, all the golfing events during that year was at 63 million. And now here in 2019, the overall winnings are 365 million. So they said with golf and the way the money has kind of increased now, it's, a lot of it is sponsor driven, and I think we understand how that works. Your sport is only as good as the athletes that play it. And when Tiger's around, the money will, the money will, rise, as far as in, commercials, endorsements, and things like that. And a lot of that money trickles down to, the big pot, as far as earnings and winnings for the players themselves throughout the year, But, you have to have a major draw. You have to have people watching. If people not watching, then, the money changes, So when you have a superstar like Tiger, then it changes things. Things go up. The money goes up, But when you don't have that superstar, then the money drops. It is what it is. It's just the way it works, But, okay, this video is getting a little bit long, But, hey, what can I say? This is my first video, in like 7 weeks. So I think I'm allowed to go a little long, And plus, it's for a very good cause. I mean, Tiger just won his, first major in a good little while. I think they said it's been 14 years since he last won the Masters. Man, it's man, that tells you how exciting it is. This is big news. This is huge news, And even if you don't watch golf, whenever Tiger's mentioned, people listen. People listen. They perk up, Like I said, this guy used to be a global name, in sports. He wasn't just a superstar here in the States. He was a global star. So I tell you, one thing I'll say, about people in general, people in the world, they love a good comeback. They love a good comeback story, and it's good to see Tiger bounce back the way that he has. So I'm definitely happy for him and his family. So I just can't wait to see what comes next from my man Tiger. So, but anyway, comment on the video, like, subscribe, and just let me know if you think that we're going to see more wins from Tiger, or did he give us everything he had on this past weekend. All right, guys, it was good chatting with you for the first time in almost 2 months. So now that I'm back, I'm going to try to deliver some more videos a little bit more frequently. I got to get back into the swing of things. So, but thank you for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. Peace.